computer. Um,
I'll check
and
that.
oh, should I let AI meeting notes record? Hi everyone. I guess I don't think, am I supposed to let AI meeting notes? I guess I don't care. Let them record. Why not? Hello. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to see everyone. You, hello. Hi, Kim. Blast from the past. Haven't seen you for a while. I don't know about these AI meeting notes things. I mean, I guess I don't care. I mean, it's like going to be recorded and sent out anyway. So if anybody wants the meeting note, maybe I should have her share the meeting notes with me. Hi, Elena. Hi, Christine. Be safe driving. I don't want to give you such a wow moment that you like swerve or something. I mean, it's been known to happen. You guys, we are going to have a fabulous masterclass. I literally have um, such a good one planned here. So I'm excited. So, first things first, if this is the first time you have ever attended one of my masterclasses, I would love for you to just type in the chat and say rookie or something along those lines, just so I know. Or if this is like you've been here with me before, type OG, please, just so I can kind of see who is who. That's always fun. And also, if you could just kind of share with me what you are most hoping to get clarity on. That is always so helpful for me because if there is anything you should know about me, you are going to walk away with that clarity for your business, whether it is around sales or marketing or offers, messaging, whatever it is that you are stuck or struggling on. We're going to have space at the end of this call today to make sure that if it is not answered, most likely, whatever it is that you're stuck or struggling on, if you felt called to attend this call, it's probably going to be covered in one of those 4 pillars that I referenced in all of my emails. It's probably going to be covered in one of those. If it's not, I'm going to save space for you at the end of the call to do a little bit of in the moment. In the moment. Wow. Um, got a lot of OGs here. Love it. Love it. Olga, first time. Welcome, sister. You're in the right space. You're going to have fun. Lots of OGs. So the first thing that we're going to kick off with, the name of the game here is follow your higher calling to make a higher income. I promise you're all going to be able to do that after attending this. So one of the things that we're going to kick off with, though, am I recording? Yes, I'm recording. Okay. So we're good there. Erin, I'm going to have you watch for any new attendees from here out that want to pop in. Um, and then instructions, just anything that you want to receive clarity on, got that going. And then the first thing that we're going to actually kick off with, because the name of this masterclass is Follow Your Higher Calling to Make a Higher Income, is I'm actually going to take you through one of my signature, yeah, you're fine to keep your camera off. That's totally fine. One of my signature guided visualizations where you are actually going to go into my spiritual boardroom with me, and you are going to meet your spiritual board of advisors to uncover what is your highest calling and what is your highest level of income, so that we can all come back together and I can take you into the training so that I can help you actually put together a plan to achieve that highest calling and achieve that highest income. So I'm going to invite you each. I'm actually going to turn off my camera, and I'm going to take you into that visualization so we can really ground into what is that highest calling for you, what is that highest income, and we can put together that plan. So let's go ahead and do that first. I'm excited for you each to, if you've never gone through this type of visualization with me, I've had people tell me that it has just been very activating for them. It has been enlightening. It has been People have been left covered in truth bumps. People have been, I mean, they're powerful. So I'm excited to take you through this. If you want to just get into a place that feels, except for you, Christine, who is driving, obviously you can't do that right now, but you can go back and do this later. I'm going to turn your camera off too, though. You can go back and do this later. This is something you can take yourself through again and again, anytime. I will send the replay out on this. So however you like to take yourself through guided visualizations and meditations, just get yourself comfortable, breathing at a pace that feels good for you, closing your eyes so they are feeling nice and relaxed. And I just invite you to let go of any tension in your body. Relaxing your mind, and preparing to connect with this higher wisdom. And today we're going to step into this powerful and sacred space, connecting with your highest calling and receiving clarity about your highest income potential, and truly uncovering what has been holding you back. And I'm going to invite you into this beautiful opportunity to sit at the spiritual table with your spiritual board of advisors, your trusted spirit guides who are going to reveal insights and wisdom that's always been within you, but ready to be unlocked. So as you're breathing at a pace that feels good for you, I want you to imagine a warm golden light entering the top of your head, flowing down all the way through your body, anchoring you into the ground beneath you. Feeling this golden light bringing you peace, clarity, and a deep sense of trust. Knowing that you're grounded, supported, ready to receive. In front of you is a door. On the door, you will notice a plaque that reads, "The Psychic Business Boardroom." And this is where your spiritual board of advisors are waiting for you. When you are ready, take a deep breath, open the door, and step inside. As you walk into the room, you can feel the energy is calm and focused and welcoming. And there's a large table in the center with several chairs all around it. Seated at the table are 3 key members of your spiritual board of advisors. Take a seat at the head of the table, fully empowered and ready to receive their wisdom. The first board member is ready to give you your highest calling. Who do you see? They smile and begin to speak. This board member represents your soul's purpose and how you are meant to serve in the world. They look at you with deep understanding and say, "You are here to," and listen carefully to what they tell you. Thank them for their wisdom. And now you turn to the second board member. Who do you see? They lean forward and say, "Your earning potential is," what number do they give you? See this number vividly in your mind. This is the level of abundance that is available to you when you are fully aligned with your higher calling. Thank them for their wisdom and turn to the third board member. Who do you see? This third advisor is serious but kind. This board member represents the challenges and limiting beliefs that have been holding you back from stepping into your full potential. They gently tell you what's been standing in your way is, and listen closely to what they reveal to you. This is the key to moving forward. Thank this board member for their information. And after receiving all of these valuable messages, you rise up from your seat and begin to walk towards the door. As you do, you notice something on the table that wasn't there before. What is it? This is a unique sign from the universe, a symbol unique to you that confirms that you are on the right path that you will see after this visualization. Take a moment to observe what this object is and what it means to you. As you continue walking towards the door, your eyes are drawn to a clock on the wall. What time is it? This time is another sign for you, a reminder that everything is unfolding perfectly and trusting that time is always on your side and that the universe knows what it's doing and is always guiding you forward. You open the door and step back into the present moment, but you are carrying with you the powerful insights you've received from your board members, your highest calling, your income potential, and the awareness of what's been holding you back. Take a deep breath and slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, toes, feeling grounded and centered. And when you're ready, open your eyes, turn your camera back on, knowing that you're on the path to fully stepping into your higher calling and receiving your higher income that you're meant for. Oh, sorry about that, Kim. I had to, there you go, try that. All right. Anyone want to share what came up for them? Lots of cameras off today. Let's get those back on. Hi, Alina. Hi, Ann Margaret. Come forward, Kim. I'm excited to hear what came up for you.
Well, the part of my CEO team that stepped forth to give me my income was you. It was like, because
That's a great sign.
yeah, I actually had like a group of, they were like 4 people together, but they were like people that, that I've taken business coaching classes with, and they were like together as a team. And so you were the one that stepped forth, and it was 120,000. And you went, girl, that ain't for the year.
That's
it was like, because it's like, okay, I got it. And you went, no, girl, that ain't for the year.
That's for the quarter.
Yeah, quarter is what I got. Exactly. You're right. Yeah, that's what it was. It's like, that's for the quarter, and it could even be monthly. It's like, get it in order and for quarterly, and then it'll come even faster, it'll multiply. So I had to share that with you since it was you.
I love that was me. And I love that even in your guided visualizations, I'm coming forward, like pushing you. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that was cool.
What's really funny about that is right before this call, I had my mastermind call, my third eye mastermind call with my clients. And one of my clients, she had set a goal, and that's exactly what happened. She set a goal, and I said, well, that's for the quarter, not for the year. And she was like, what? And I was like, that's your quarterly goal. That is not on my watch. Will that be your annual goal? That is your quarterly goal. And so we just did that exact same thing. So I love that that happened for you in a visualization. So
Yeah, and
thank you for sharing.
the one that came forth about my purpose, it says you're a storyteller. And then and it was actually Ted Andrews. Remember Ted Andrews that he wrote a whole big bunch of spiritual books. He wrote the Animal Speaks book, and he's crossed on now. And so I saw books and cards, and I thought, I can't make money off of that. There's no money in any of that. And I was having that thought, and he said, you tell them their story. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no. I like this. What I'm seeing though is it's a play, right? It's a play on words. I have to write it.
Oh, okay, got it. That makes sense with what I'm creating right now. Got it. Okay,
You're welcome.
thank you.
Just one
And you
letter.
look, I want to tell you too, you look fabulous, darling. You just have
Oh,
this
thank
glow in
you.
you. Yeah, when I came on, I
Thank
thought,
you.
she's so glowy today. Yeah,
Thank you. I received that. I'm very
yeah.
happy. I'm very excited for what we're going to cover in this class today. So I hope you all can feel that and can feel that energy because it's a good one. Um it's a good one. So thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Anyway, let's see. Elena said, my internet went a bit weird after you mentioned you noticed an object on the table that wasn't there before. So I'm not sure what that means, but mine was a desk clock. Well, that's interesting because that means time showed up twice for you, right? Because so the first thing was there's an object on the desk. So a desk clock showed up for you. So desk clock means when you see a desk clock from now on, like that's just like a symbol, like that's from the universe saying you're aligned. That's like that extra message from the universe of you're going in the right direction, you're aligned with your higher calling. But then also that clock on the wall with that time, we all interact with time. We all look at the clock throughout the day. Like it's nice to get that extra number every once in a while. We all have the number. We all see numbers that we get as those extra signs throughout the day. So hopefully you got that too. I would be curious, Elena, if there's anything coming up for you, though, particularly around a limiting belief or a block that you feel, I don't know, like I'm running out of time. I don't have enough time. I've wasted time. If that's something that shows up for you a lot. My
Can you
object on
hear
the,
me?
uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know. This is spot on. The idea that I'm running out of time, I've had it since I was a kid.
Mm, interesting.
Like that if I have a minute, in that 1 minute you can do something.
Yeah.
That's the idea of never wasting time, or I always tend to be overbooked because I never waste time. But I've always had this feeling of running out of time, like for decades. Like really since I was a kid, like my classmates wanted to get older and I was like, I'm running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like time is moving so fast. But when you said the clock is gonna give you an idea of alignment, or is gonna represent alignment, the strange thing is, like in the past, this has been going on for like a year. And then I think we talked about it with Laura when you and Laura were doing the Zoom together like
Mm-hmm.
a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps showing up. I pick up my phone randomly, and at least once a day I see like 11111 or 111, or I see
Mm-hmm.
these aligned numbers. Or I look, I walk by, I look at a clock in a store and it's 1111.
Yeah.
Always
And
these aligned
and
numbers.
I teach, I shouldn't say I teach angel. I teach something very different from like most other psychics or what most people teach about numbers, right? I want you to find out what those numbers mean to you. What are you thinking and feeling in the moment that you see those numbers? I don't want you to go Google what 1111 means or what 111 means or what, you know, any of those numbers mean. I want you to recognize what you're thinking and feeling about in the moment that you feel it, so that you know what the universe is trying to tell you about those numbers. And I think that's where sometimes angel, let's just for the sake of this conversation call them angel numbers, can get not a bad rep, but where they can get misrepresented. I do believe as a collective, we have agreed upon some things meaning certain things. For example, 1111, maybe cardinal, white feathers, right? Like there are some certain signs that I think we can all agree, like we all kind of see coins, pennies, you know, like, you know, pennies from heaven, like those kinds of things, right? Like we all see those things. And I think we kind of all know that those are like some of the more traditional signs that we all see. But I also want you to assign, and I teach my clients to, and I teach like when I talk about when people like ask about those things during, you know, like psychic mediumship readings, I will tell them like make meaning, have meaning of their assign meaning of your own to those, you know? So I would encourage you to do the same. I would strongly encourage you to do the same with that. Okay.
Yeah, for me, it's been more like a sign to be creative. Like every time I see that, it's kind of
Perfect.
like it's telling me create something, write something, take
Mhm.
pictures. I'm a photographer. That's what I do for a living. I'm a photographer and a
Sure.
coach. But it's, you know, it's kind of drawing my attention to look around. There's something that's speaking to you when I see
Yeah.
this number, and it's like I look around and all the time I see something, either something that I want to write about or I see something I want to take a picture of. It always happens when I see those numbers. So now I go use it. I see a line number and I look around because there's something that's calling my attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of times people don't do that, right? They just see the number and they're like, oh, that's nice, instead of making the most of the moment. Like those moments are happening for a reason. So yeah, make the most of the moment. Love it. Anybody else have
Thank
anything
you.
that they, oh, you're so welcome. Anybody else have anything that came up for them during that guided visualization, or have like a spiritual board member that they were like surprised to see? Anything along those lines? Would be curious. Anybody have a celebrity? And if you want to type in the chat, you can. Oh, thank you, Sherry. My object on the desk was a compass. That's a cool one. You know what makes me mad is, well, not like actually makes me mad, but I never take myself through my own guided visualizations. I want to go back on this one. This one felt like a fun one. Anybody else have a unique object, anything like that that you want to type in the chat? Curious. All right, let's get into the paper on the table with a picture of a key. Oh, interesting. Who said that? Daniela. Saw a picture on the table with a picture of a key, and then I got a key to my soul. The time I saw was 1213. The 13 was stronger and bigger and brighter and yellow with the 12 in white. So Daniela, what you don't know is when I was creating this guided visualization, I was trying to decide if I wanted to have you choose from keys on a table, or if I just wanted to have you have your own object show up. Daniela, are you a psychic? Out of curiosity? So that's kind of in, you think so? I think so too. Yeah, so that was so that's another like visualization that I do where I have you choose from key 1 through 5. And then depending on what key you choose, it's like your strongest gift that you have. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if you're on TikTok or not, but I have a video that I did like, I don't know, like, gosh, oh my gosh, it must have been like a couple years ago now. Where it's like you choose this key and the key tells you which of your psychic gifts is the strongest. So that's interesting that that showed up for you, and feels to me like maybe you're also wondering like, if you are psychic and if your psychic gifts are opening, that's a whole other masterclass. That's a whole other thing, but interesting nonetheless. It feels like you're maybe even picking up on some of the energy behind that. Yep. See? Interesting stuff. It's all connected. All connected. Let's see. Christina says, I got called here as I was going through my emails and saw this. As the visualization is passed, I wonder, is there a replay? Yes, a replay will be going out. And we're glad you're here, Christina. And what we are getting into next are the 4 pillars. So, and what these 4 pillars are for me are the 4 things that I always am looking at, reevaluating, pivoting on, making sure I have an alignment for myself when I am making any moves in my business. And so that's what we are going to get into next. It is so important that you hear me when I say this. This next part, the more engagement, the better. I do not want to be the only person that is talking. I would love to be able to do some hot seats on this. If you are stuck on any of these pillars, the invitation that went out to a lot of you was read my business. So I had a lot of you respond with which of these 4 pillars are out of alignment in my business. And I had a lot of you respond with that. So I already sent kind of like a little mini business reading back to a lot of you. So I'm going to share with you my new favorite way to do PowerPoints, which is on my fancy clipboard here, because for years and years, I made Aaron make me these like Canva PowerPoints, and like I would spend all of this time on it. And you know what? I am dead serious when I say I like doing this so much better, because I channel better when I write. It's way more, I'm dead serious. I want to model this for each of you. You do not have to have a super fancy PowerPoint presentation to do a masterclass, to do a webinar, to make it effective. The last masterclass I did is the best one I have done in 10 years of business. It was absolutely fantastic. And I used this clipboard and a blank piece of paper, and it was amazing. And I have spent hours upon hours making beautiful branded PowerPoint presentations, and I'm not doing it again. So that's just so you all know. I just hope you all hear that. So we are going to get into what I am calling the 4 pillars of spiritual business success. Look at how fancy that is. That's where we're at. That's where we're at, ladies. Number 1, when I really sat with this, and this is, there is not one of these that is more important than the other. It is important that you have all 4 of these. And sometimes one of the pillars might be a little bit stronger than the other. You might be putting a little bit more emphasis on it than the other. It isn't ever going to be all 4 of these pillars are built equally and have like 25%. It's nothing like that. But these 4 pillars, when I really sat on it, when I am spending a good amount of time and energy focusing on all of them, is when my business is thriving and doing its best. So let's get into number 1, audience, AKA owning your niche, AKA this is this I really want to spend some time talking about this with you, because when you are direct and when you are speaking to her soul to soul, and when you know so clearly who your ideal soulmate client is, it makes it so much easier for her to say yes to you. And it makes it so much easier for her to buy from you. And I know this works because you are all here. You are each proof that this works because you are all here. This is, oh, Amazon, sorry, hold on a second. Sorry, dog was barking. Um, I am going to be so transparent about this part. For a long time, I really resisted having a niche inside of my business because I had FOMO. I had fear of missing out, that I would be missing other opportunities inside of my business. I would be missing out on not being able to serve so many other business owners because I knew I could. Right. So, as a business psychic, I can work with almost any kind of business. I could walk into a restaurant and tell them what's missing inside of their business. I could work with real estate agents. I can work with, I mean, I have worked with every single type of business you could possibly think of. And so I never wanted to niche down because I love business in general. I love all kinds of business owners. And so I have had a very successful business for 10 years because of that. However, I wasn't able to scale because I wasn't owning a niche. And very recently, I decided to niche my business. And amazing things have started to happen since I did choose a niche. And the way that you are able to speak when you have a niche, the way that your message can come across, the way that your marketing can come across, and the way that you're able to speak soul to soul when you have a niche is really profound and really direct, and a clear mind buys. Um, so audience is hands down, I had to choose that as like not the number one pillar, but having an audience, having that clear, direct audience, pillar number one for me. Is there anyone here that is like really struggling with that, or struggles to define who their audience is, how to speak to her, and would like to go in the hot seat and take this opportunity to do that? If so, please step forward. You can come on camera. I'm so happy to do some hot seat psychic coaching as we are here. Yeah, Christina, come on forward, girl.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
All right, so I'm
Can we
actually,
put, oh, we can't
I'm
put you on
gonna,
camera. That's
we're gonna
okay.
see how that works. I'm in a terrace, though, therefore that's not that much more of a candlelight feel.
Cool.
All right, we'll see if we can see anything.
Oh, it looks
All
kind of
right,
cool. I'm digging it.
all right. So going to the actual theme of the ideal customer or a client, so client, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So my main focus, it's been shifting and turning as I've been rebirthing myself over the summer and over this year, and it's been a very interesting and fascinating ride. And what has been coming through strongly is that it's visionary leaders, and yes, women's circles, and a lot of things with nature connection, and yes, business psychic realms as well, are part of the medicine that's coming through me. However, the point is that while there is this women's circle side of things, there is also some men that are, attracted to my space. So my question here is that yes, I can create a group offer for women's circle kind of journeys. And also, how do I address that when men come to my space? Yes, I can coach men separately in a private
Okay.
setting, but it's a different kind of feel
Yes.
to, speak
Yes.
into.
So what you're talking about are the one-offs, right? That's not your audience. A one-off here or there is not your audience. And there is a difference there. And that's where you have to decide, just because you can, does that mean that you want to? And that's, and I totally respect and understand where you're at, because I was in the same situation. Just because I can, does that mean I want to? And that might not be your entire message, right? That might not be your entire audience who you want to speak to. So I will use myself as an example here. For a long time, my message was like, Amber Arnett, I'm the the go-to business psychic for CEOs, entrepreneurs, authors, blah, 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 right? Like,
Yeah.
great, it sounds good. But now, do you know what my message is? I'm the business psychic for psychics who are ready to scale their business to multi six figures and take their business beyond the reading. It is, do you hear how specific and laser focused that is? It is very clear who I serve and who it's for. I'm not, it makes it laser focused in who I'm going to be able to attract, who I'm able to convert, who I'm able to serve, what I'm able to sell, and who's going to unsubscribe, who's going to scroll by, right? And there's a lot of power in that.
Definitely.
There is a lot of power in that. Now, if you did the same thing, would you lose a couple of those men along the way? You could. You could. Now, what I will also say is I do have offers for people that are not psychics. I have a VIP day for business owners. They could own a restaurant. They could own an agency. They could, whatever kind of business they have, right? Could be an author. It could be a CEO of a company. Doesn't matter what kind of business they have. I can still work with them. It doesn't mean that I can't, but it doesn't mean that that is my ideal client. That is not my audience that I'm out there speaking to. But if they were to come along and they were like, man, do I really want to work with you? I could serve them in that one-off session, but that's not my audience. So there's audience and there's one-off. That's the difference. Does that resonate?
Yeah, it does. And it layers a lot of things for me. It brings a lot of clarity. And yes, there is this feel of, yeah, I can work one-on-one for 3 months. And in this one-off VIP day kind of setting with men. However, the main feel is about women's movement, so to speak.
Correct.
So, and the thing that where it comes down to for me is that there is this shamanic healing art side and the business psychic side, and my point is to bring things together, and that's what I'm piecing into within this
Yes.
rebirthing thing.
The bigger piece of it is that your audience, right, and your marketing,
yes,
are not tailored to your couple one-off. And that's where most people get it wrong, myself included for many years.
Yes. Beautiful.
Your audience, that is your focus. Your marketing, that is your focus. It's not on those couple guys. It's not on the one-off. Your audience and your marketing is that bigger, broader piece. You can still take care of the one-offs, but it's not what's on your website. It's not your copy. It's not your social media marketing. You're not hosting something like this. That would confuse your audience. Does that resonate?
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Or
awesome.
offer one offer that is specifically directed to those. That is one way that one could go about it. But
and I would call that right. I would call that like a back pocket offer, right? Like it's going to be there, but it's not something that you're outwardly promoting. You're not outwardly marketing it, right? Now, if somebody's going to come to me, I'm going to be able to take care of them if it feels good, right, aligned. It's somebody I want to work with. I know I can serve them. I know I can get them results. It's a referral. Absolutely. It's a one-off though. It's not my audience.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Melanie, come forward. Hi. Let me get you unmuted here, gorgeous.
All right, now I'm unmuted. Yeah, I'm outside in the sunshine here. Yeah, so I have been struggling with my with who my ideal person is and who I'm supposed to be helping for a while now. I am kind of working on a lot of kind of nervous system regulation and inner child healing, and feel that I want to incorporate a lot of that. Just because that was kind of where I felt stuck on my journey, where I was like, people would say like, do the inner work and do the deeper healing. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? So I was like, oh, okay, here's the next piece. But I'm unsure of like what and I know that once I nail my messaging and who my ideal customer or like my ideal client, that's the word I'm looking for, I'll be like good to go. What do you think about that?
Okay, so a
I know
couple
it's
things.
supposed to be kind of like me 5 years ago.
It doesn't have to necessarily, don't
Do you know what
necessarily
I
put a
mean? Like
time
my
frame on it.
ideal client.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
necessarily put a time frame on it. So number one, I have a couple of things that I heard for you while you were talking. So, who is your favorite client so far that you have had? That's always a great place to kind of start, is to think about, what did you love about her? What was it? What was it that was it her, or was it the way you got to serve?
Yeah, so I haven't even been taking clients yet. I feel so stuck on this that I'm like, I'm still kind of like in the like beginning, just getting started phases, where I'm like, is my ideal client the person that I was 5 years ago? Is it my friend who I'm helping through these like like bad relationships with? Is it my friends who I'm helping at the beginning of their spiritual awakening? Like, is it, if you're looking at me 5 years ago, it's like healing from a divorce? Is it
So
that and reinventing?
if I were you, I would start doing some complimentary sessions. So sometimes the way to is through is actually taking on some of those complimentary sessions so you can learn what you love and who you love. That's the best way that you're going to figure it out. My very first year in business, I did 210 complimentary 15-minute business readings. And it was the best thing I could have possibly done. I learned what I loved,
Okay.
what I didn't love, what kinds of businesses I wanted to work with, what kinds of businesses I didn't want to work with. And from those 15-minute readings, I made lots of invitations for people to continue working with me. And I made over 6 figures my very first year in business from it. So I would encourage you to try doing something very similar, Melanie, where you get people to experience your work. You've probably gone through some type of certification. It sounds like you know your work, but get out of your
I'm in
head.
it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, just start being
Okay.
in your gift. Nobody can certify you in your gift.
Yeah.
Nobody. So just start using what you already know, start having conversations, start practicing. People are willing to be a beta tester. People are so willing to help and be in that type of space with you, and it gives you the ability to learn about who your ideal client is. I do believe it probably is a past version of you, but don't necessarily put a time frame on it. It doesn't have to be 5 years ago. It might be closer to 2 is my feeling.
Yeah.
But I would start doing like little beta tests now to start kind of building up who you want to serve. That would be that, to me, that's always the best.
I love that idea, because it like gives me that practice of like put it up on my like Instagram that like, hey, I'm in a certification while I'm being certified in this method. Like, I want to get practice, like open it
Yeah.
up to free sessions. And like I can like, if you want like like I do Reiki as well and energy healing. So that can maybe be like something that I can incorporate. So okay.
And not only that, but in exchange for being a beta tester, I do ask that you do give me a testimonial. So now you're
Yes.
also getting that for future social media, for emails, all of those, for your website, all of that. That's important to get also.
Okay, I have a couple of those already. I should ask for them. So okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Okay. Next up, so pillar number 1, audience. Own your niche. Don't be scared. Don't think that you are going to miss out. Don't have FOMO like I did. I wish I would have like owned my niche so long ago. All right. Pillar number 2, offer. Or I should say, this could be packages, programs, packages for transformation. This could be programs to leverage your time, courses and digital products. This could, help you scale with funnels. You really, in my opinion, need offers that go beyond individual sessions. In order to not just be exchanging your time for dollars. I think this is the quickest way to see any type of service provider burnout. It's one of the best shifts that I ever did inside of my business very quickly, was stop just selling individual readings and really get into a place where you're selling packages or programs. Now, I don't think it means that you can't ever sell I don't think it means that you can't ever sell individual sessions, but it should not be the base of your business. Packages, programs, courses and digital products. And then those can be some maybe one-offs or every once in a while, maybe you could sell, hey, I have 5 spots open or something along those lines. Anybody have a business right now that is primarily just selling individual sessions and kind of feel that way, where you're just kind of burnt out, you're just tired of selling those individual sessions or just the one-offs?
I'm having a hard time drawing people in.
I don't know if she was.
Hi.
Was that you, Brandy?
Hi, sorry. Yes. See, I do readings for people,
Okay.
but I offer multiple different readings.
Okay.
So I'm having a hard time marketing myself per se online, because I'm hoping that, I can get a lot of people. Like, I draw a lot of people in on my TikTok and the messages that I deliver, that I'm told to deliver. I'm also part of the paranormal team as a
Mhm.
paranormal medium. So when we have people that come and want to do the paranormal investigations, they come see me and I give them readings, but I don't charge. And then on the side, people are like, okay, well, I have your card, I'm going to call you, but I usually don't hear back, and my clientele is not growing. So I've been stuck because I'm like, okay, well, you don't get certified as a spiritual energy medium. So in order for me to attract people, I need to think of a different.
Why aren't you charging?
Well, when I do readings for certain people, like if it's with not within the team, I charge $75 a reading. But
Okay, so
to
I
obtain,
guess for the paranormal part, I can't really speak to, because I'm not a part of that community. So I can't really speak to that part. But for individual, like, so psychic mediumship readings, you charge $75 an hour for?
Well, for the entire reading,
Okay. And how many of those are you booking like on a weekly basis?
not that many. Like last week I did one reading and the
Oh,
lady's like, "Oh, I have a lot of people that are interested, but I never heard back."
and the
You
only
know.
place that you're marketing is TikTok?
Well, TikTok and like I said, like meeting people through my paranormal team as well, because people there are going there to meet me, right? So, and then I've been wanting to go to vendors and rent tables to sell myself, but I can't afford it because they want so much money for tables and vendors, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I think before probably you're ready for packages, you would probably need to get a more solid base of clients that are even paying like for readings on a regular basis. That would like for sure be number one. So, I
but how do
would
I
say,
draw those people in though?
yep.
Because
So, yep.
everybody today is a medium, right?
I would say, well, number one on TikTok. So on TikTok, I would get your subscriber base up. If you don't have a subscription base, I would be going live on TikTok constantly and pushing a subscriber base. Within 10 days, I was able to get 55 subscribers. I mean, like, it's so easy to get subscribers and then build a relationship with your subscribers there. And then they should start buying readings from you. I would start with that hands down.
So does that work? Because I know that's based in U.S. and like in Canada. So does that? How is that? When it comes to that stuff, like marketing and that and all that, I'm not even hands down on that when it comes to computer and money and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like
I
when you
mean, you
go
just
and
have
do
to go
your
live.
readings.
Go live. Just go live on TikTok. Are you going live on TikTok?
No,
Yeah,
no.
just go try going live on TikTok and and that will be a game changer alone. That will start building that if you are good at doing readings and you're on TikTok, go live on TikTok. Start that and that will start building a base for you. Okay?
So I just go with what my messages are of that day and just
100%.
okay.
If you're
Do that.
gifted and you're on TikTok, I mean, within 10 days, I was getting paid hundreds of dollars each day by TikTok. Well, not hundreds of dollars, but like
No, but really,
I was, yeah, it's very quick over there.
huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't take long on TikTok, but you have
Because
to
what?
go live. Okay. All right. I got to move on.
Sorry. Thank
Nope. You're fine. Okay. Next up, number 3. And this is an important one. You have to have a good opt-in, AKA lead generation. I think this is probably out of everybody who emailed me asking for like the mini read back, this was almost the number one that I was feeling for almost everybody. Being able to always be growing your list and capturing emails or contact information that with some type of captivating content, whether it's hosting a masterclass like this or doing like maybe a challenge or having some type of free resource, an ebook, something that you are giving in exchange for their email. I mean, this is where you can really start to build relationships with people. You know, there's a few new faces in here today, but some of you I have been building relationships with for quite a while. And that's from giving this type of content on an ongoing basis. This is technically an opt in, right? And it is a pillar of my business. This is where I have constantly for 10 years been building relationships that eventually lead people to go, wow, I am ready now. I'm ready to go the next step. I want to work with Amber. And I strongly encourage each of you to have some type of opt-in like this. Some type of, they're called lead magnets. I mean, they're called lots of different things. I call them opt-ins. Have some type of lead generator that is available at all times for people to be able to start that relationship with you too. They should be on, I don't know, in all of your social media bios, on your website, all over the place. Is there anybody here that doesn't have a current, and this is probably one of my favorite things to tap into to help people come up with. Is there anybody here that doesn't have one currently? You got to have one if you don't have one. It's an integral piece to success. Christina, let's hear it, girl.
All right. So with all the realms that I'm working with, let me just put on that video. So what I've been coming up with is essence aligned living, or some kind of meditative or activation journey, since voice and is part of what I do. However, the thing is that for some reason I deleted the old ones and now it's time for something new. So now I'm wondering, what is the most juiciest thing for what I'm creating right now, because it needs to be updated along with what I've been offering now.
Okay. So what are you selling? So what you want to think about with your opt-in is that it is a natural progression from what they're going to opt into to your offer, right? So what is the end thing that you want them to buy from you?
All right, the end thing, currently that's either 3-month one-on-one offer or that 3-hour VIP day kind of offer, what is right now. However, how I've seen it, it's this kind of, since it's kind of like a lifestyle, how would I describe it? The whole thing, that how my world works. It includes the health realm and the business realm, so that everything wraps around nature connection. So what has been
Could we
coming
have
up
it
is
lead to just book
like
a call with you?
yes, but I'm looking into not having constant calls, just for those who are actually looking for one-on-one coaching. But yeah, the group, now I'm now I'm being a little bit, because I didn't talk about the group offer, but that's coming later. It could be on the call. However, I would prefer it to be either something to be delivered right away, and that call would be more like as a next step kind of thing, if they're
How
looking
many
to
sales
book.
calls are you averaging right now?
Currently I don't have any, so therefore it's like to create a whole new attraction plan kind of.
So for right now, if you had an opt-in that led to them booking a sales call with you, that would be pretty ideal though, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Versus it going to, because here's what I like about are these higher ticket? Like you're one, I mean,
Yes.
I'm assuming, right. So if it's a higher ticket and you don't have the group program built yet, you don't have a lot of these things, it sounds like, built yet, you're better off having an opt-in that leads to booking a call with you, because that can last forever, right? Versus some of these things aren't even built yet, then you know what I mean? Like at least
Yeah.
if it's built to go to book a call with you, that call link can last forever.
Yes, I do have a call link. I haven't been making it more like I haven't been considering that so much as a opt-in kind of thing. It's more of a that I more of a invite people into, but however, as part of the whole picture
Well,
is now
the
to go
call
into
link isn't the
podcasts, is
opt-in.
to have that kind of how to grow the list.
The call isn't the opt-in. You would create like, here's the masterclass, right? Like today, for example, the masterclass is the opt-in, and then I'll send out the replay today. But then in the replay email, there's going to be a link for people to book a call with me,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So that's the difference. It's not to buy a program. It's not to work with me one-on-one. It's if you love today's call with me, book a call with me. Let's see if let's take this the next step. Let's see what's next.
Yes.
But it's not to buy it's not to buy a program or to buy it's not program or product specific. It's just book a call with me. So this could live forever. You know what I mean?
Mm,
That's
yeah.
what I would do if I were you, especially considering you don't have a specific offer yet that's ready.
Mm, mm,
But your
yeah.
opt-in, you could get ready very quickly. And we
Yeah.
want some calls getting on your calendar.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that is very, very good. And that's gonna be the most likely in that click. So thank you. And the only thing that I've been hung up on, I believe, that has been that it needs to be kind of static in order to be that guide for, moon medicine to have fillable stuff anyways, because that's part of the kind of the whole lifestyle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're going to podcasts and stuff like this, there is, something to attach, like how to find and have it be juicy, because there is plenty of stuff out there right
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
So
You wanted
that's kind of the
you
thing.
want an opt-in that they can't go Google. That's what I
Yeah.
always, whenever I'm trying to create something, what is something they just can't go Google? They can't Google a call with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't, and now I don't even think of Google. I think of Chat GPT. They can't Chat GPT a call with me even.
Yes. That is very true.
Even Chat GPT is not as good of a psychic as I am. Chat GPT is not as intuitive as I am. It's not as good as I am. Like I still channel better than Chat GPT does. I still channel better names. I still channel better strategies. I still channel better ideas every single time. So that's the difference, right?
Yes.
So you got to think in terms of that now. So that's why I suggest putting a call with you. You are the energy. You are your business. You are your brand. What better than to have an opt-in that leads to an actual call with you, especially if you're selling coaching with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably the next step here. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's get into number 4. And this one is my favorite. Well, they're all my favorite. I shouldn't say that. Message. And I really want you all to hear this because I think sometimes we get confused, but I wrote this and I really mean this when I say this. Marketing is how you speak to your audience, but your message is what speaks to their soul. Your message is your why. It's what you believe in. It's what you know. It's what people want to be a part of. Your message it's your passion. It's your mission. It's your purpose. It is when people say to me, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that when you sent that email, I thought you just sent it to me. I didn't realize that was like you sent that to your entire list. I thought you just wrote that to me. That is when you know it's your message. It's not just marketing. There's a difference between the two. Marketing to me is social media. Marketing is the vehicle, the method, a masterclass, TikTok, LinkedIn. It's all of the ways, it's the vehicle that you get your message to your client, to your potential client. But your message is what speaks to their soul. There's a difference. It's a feeling, it's an emotion. And I think so often we overthink it and we water it down, or we doubt it, or we push pause to it, or we hold off on it. Or we don't know what to do with it. We don't know where it should go, or should this be a post, or should this be a blog, or and we sit on it instead of sharing it. And I hope that you guys just take it, and I hope that you put it out into the world instead of sitting on the message. I hope you share it with the world. So 4 pillars: your audience, your offer, your opt-in, and your message. And when you have those 4 rolling together, I promise you, you are going to have sales. You are going to have clients, and you're going to you're going to have an ease within yourself. You're going to have excitement within yourself. You're going to feel like things are clicking, things are rolling. You're going to have like that renewed level of passion for your business. You're not going to feel burnt out, that's for sure. And that's one of the things that I'm hearing from most women in business right now, is they are just feeling tired and burnt out, and they are tired of kind of banging their head against the wall trying to figure out what to do next in business. So with that being said, I would love to just kind of open this up for some Q&A here. If there's anything else you would like me to tap into for your business, or you have a question about something, whether it's the 4 pillars, whether it's your next steps, you want me to tap into something, would love to just do some wide open Q&A, or hear, or if you want me to even tap into any of the 4 pillars. I've been so quiet today. Yeah, Kim, come forward.
Okay. Tap into whatever you want to for me. No, not what you want to, whatever my soul wants. I've been through burnout, and I have went through this. My parents are they're playing musical chairs with the death chair. And
Oh,
so
I'm
that has
sorry.
taken up all my time since November. I know this is just a period that I'm in, and that this too passes, and I don't want to sound like a victim with it. It's just a time of life that it is. It just is what it
Yeah.
is. So because of that, I've totally put my business on the sideline, because I never know, it seems like every time I get programs created, then I get hit with something. So this week I threw out another program. I hadn't sent out a newsletter forever, and it's slow. People are coming to the calls, but they are coming. And so now I'm kind of like, where do I go with this now? And what is my message? It's more like, who do I want to work with? It's like, I can make up all kinds of things,
What are you selling?
well, I have readings, and then, my favorite is just doing soul readings for people, where I just tap into whatever and it comes. I do human design, and I do astrology. And so astrology has kind of been the hook into stuff. Where I'm wanting to go with this is, I don't do astrology the way some do channeled it. It's like I connect to my archetype and what my empowerment is. And I'm feeling like it's about helping other people tap into that. And if they can tap into the power of their archetypes, then they can be guided by their own inner catalyst. Does that make sense? And I could do that in all kinds of different ways. It doesn't have to be astrology. I think astrology scares people off sometimes, because it's too heady.
Oh, it's hard to follow. It's hard to understand. I'm a psychic, but that's not my gift, right? Astrology is
Right.
not my gift. Human design is not my gift. That's not that. I'm very clear. Do you ever call it Starketype?
Yeah, see, that would go even with you saying the storyteller. Yeah. So it's like how to use the empowerment of it. Like a real brief example, like my Venus is in Scorpio, whichever astrologist is going to tell me that is fallen. Nah, she's our Elvira. She is like totally tapped into her magic. I put it there for a reason. It's not fallen. It has power to it. So it's more about, empowering people that they don't need to know astrology. I got them through meditations like what you did with us, where they tap into their own empowerment. So what could I call it that it's not in that astrology container, that it feels
But you're
so?
wanting to do readings. You're just wanting to sell individual readings right now.
No, I don't want to do reading. I've done that for 30 years. I'm just like,
That's what
maybe
I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so for me, hands down, whenever I'm looking at, for my clients, the first thing that I always say is we're going to start with sales. And it's a reverse engineered process, right? I start with what do you want to sell? Because then it's easy to work all of the pieces backwards. So when we're clear on what you want to sell, that makes the marketing easier, that makes the
Okay.
messaging easier, that makes the audience easier. So we have to know what you want to sell. And whether that's a group program, it's a digital product, it's a course, it's a mastermind, whatever it is, when we know what you want to sell, all the other pieces fall into place. And this is for you and for everybody.
Right.
When
And
you
I've
are
been doing group programs, and that's what I was going to start back with. But, I threw myself so much into this week, and I did get the message while you were working. It's like, well, you can take all those things you created and use that, as opt-ins. I really kind of honestly, in this moment, what feels resonating with me is to do VIP stuff, that I've been selling stuff too cheap, and that to up my game, and I want to draw the people to me that love and appreciate me, but they, more than anything, they love and appreciate themselves, and that they want, the next level.
okay.
Is that
So if you do a VIP day, so you're looking at like a higher ticket price point. So you're looking at your email list, probably some social media content, some type of strategy there. I think then it is a matter of what is the transformation, what is the outcome that they receive. That's what you're selling. You're selling the outcome that they receive.
okay?
And then I would just do some type of really robust email and social media marketing and messaging campaign to reach them.
Yeah, you told me, I mean, like, 9 months ago to do a VIP and send out a newsletter that said 4 openings, and then see what happens with that.
But
And I
you
could do a
didn't?
call. No, I didn't do it because I was too busy in the drama dance with my parents. Somebody being in the hospital so many days that
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that kind of offer and then not be able to show up for people. So what's that doing? It's just keeping me stuck, and it's like, I've got to.
Have you ever hosted a VIP day before?
I've done VIP, like, not a whole, well, like a container where it's 2-3 hours, something like that. And
Yeah.
part of that could be, their human design and all of that. That could be part of it, that's in it. So they know what their own PowerPoints are in that way.
What do you charge for? What are you going to charge for it?
Oh, for
Mine's
the
10,000.
VIP, how much? 10,000? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I wasn't thinking that big. I mean,
Maybe
I
you
was
should
thinking
start.
1,500 was what I was thinking. I'm 222 is what I'm doing readings for, and then like my group program, it just depends.
Kim, I'm going to mute you. I can't even handle hearing these numbers from you. I literally can't even handle hearing these numbers from you. I can't handle it. This is what bothers me. I'm going to use you as an example right now. This is when I talk about pillar number 4, my message. You are a gifted psychic. You have wisdom, you have light, you have insight that can radically change people's lives, people's businesses, and you are charging way too low for it. How are you ever going to, and when you charge too low, you don't call them up. You don't call them up. And I want each and every one of you to hear that. It is not always about the price that you put, right? It's also about you calling them up. And let me tell you something. What happens when you put that price tag on your gift expands in a way that you have never had it expand before. When people pay me at that price, the way that I am able to channel the ideas I'm able to bring forward for them, believe me, when people pay me $10,000 for a VIP day, they take those ideas and they go put them into their business. And let me tell you, they 10 and 20 and 30x those ideas inside of their business, Kim. They make a shit ton of money because they have invested in themselves and they trust me. And they remember when you just said, no, I didn't do what you told me to do. Right. The people that pay $10,000 for my ideas, they take those ideas and they run with them and they make a ton of money from them. So do yourself the favor, don't just charge $222 for it, because the people that are only paying that, they're not doing anything with that. They're really not. You know what I mean? Charge a premium price. You're going to attract a premium client who's going to value you because they value themselves. They're going to value the wisdom. They're going to value the advice. They're going to embody it. They're going to take it into their business. They're going to take it into their life, and they're going to have a transformation from it. And they're going to take that out into the world. And they're going to make changes from it. And that's what this world needs. They need it from you. They need it from everybody inside of this group. That's what we're here to do. We need people like you and me inside of schools, inside of hospitals, inside of boardrooms, and inside of the freaking White House. And we're not going to do it by charging $75, $100, $222. We get it from charging premium prices because of the services that we are delivering. That is my message. And that is why I help psychics make multi-six figures and take their businesses beyond the reading. Said with so much love. And I know you know that.
Yeah, and that's where the burnout comes from. I realized that was the
Absolutely
burnout
it is.
because I was more vested than they were.
And because you weren't being you are being energetically depleted and not financially compensated. That's where
Right.
burnout comes from.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why this program that I just have been offering, it's not really doing anything. It's because I'm not selling it for enough. And it's like, it showed me that's done. It's done. You know, it's like, it's time to like step into this other. So thank you for affirmation.
You are welcome. All right. Christina, yeah. Oh, wait, I saw a message in here. Sherry says, I would love any insight you have for my future where I will be making money. I went in for an interview for a job. Also, like him, I'm dealing with so much. Oh, okay, I know, Sherry, you've been dealing with parent stuff for a long time. I don't like this interview. I don't like the interview. I mean, Sherry, I would love to see you do, so why are you getting a job? First of all, why are you getting a job? What's going on with, I mean, you're so intuitive. You know so much about oils. I feel like there's so much opportunity to do more there. I don't think you're going to be happy working for anybody. Was it an insurance? It's something in insurance? I don't love it at all. I don't like any of this. I'm like, I don't love any of this. I think you need to take a deep breath. I think you need to find a way to be self-employed. I don't think you should find a job, is what comes to me. That's what comes to me. I wouldn't say that to everybody. It's not like I mean, everybody should be a business owner, but I don't think that you're going to be happy having a job and working for somebody. I don't think it's going to be a good fit for you. Saying that with love, let me know activities on an assisted living. Okay, well, something was coming up about insurance. So I guess that would be the only other thing I would say is, did you look at any jobs in insurance? Okay, Christina, do you have another question?
I would probably have plenty of them from you, but since we're here and there's an opportunity, I'm open for insights for whatever is next for my business. I do receive my own as well, but since there is an opportunity to ask, I would love some insight, whatever comes to you in this moment.
Do you have
since we
anything
have our blind spots.
Do you have anything specific? I mean, we talked a little bit about like
Mhm.
getting an opt-in going to sales call,
Um,
the audience. I mean, we talked about a few things.
yes, we did. So the main thing is that, the sales is king. So to get the money flowing is the main thing.
Sales
So
is
something in the
queen.
rail. Yeah, the queen, sorry. Excuse me. Queen. So turning into that realm, whatever comes up with client attraction, sales, next go-tos.
What are you doing right now for market? Are you going live? Are you going into social media? Are you going live at all?
I did that over the summer, some pieces, but I haven't been consistent. And since I've been rebirthing, it hasn't been really that could say that I've been doing too much, because I've been really about this message that I've been bringing through, and I needed, and I've gotten plenty of clarity over the past couple of weeks on the proper structure and all that I'm creating from a bigger scale. Starting from where you're at right now, but when you're building for bigger, having that nervous system level safety of going at it. So the point is that yes, I'm networking and doing that, being in the places and people see me and they can feel my energy wherever I go usually. But the thing is that, yes, to getting clients now, since now I'm ready to serve, that's my sense. And before, it was my nervous system was not ready to hold other people's nervous systems in order to support the spaces. So now I feel like I'm ready and up and running for that. So now there's time and
Yeah.
space for that.
Yeah. I just think all roads need to lead to like booking a call with you where you can invite people in to one of your packages. For me, my clients hear it from me kind of time and time again, where I'm just saying going live is the number one way to get people to see you, know you, believe in you, buy from you over and over and over again. Doing a regular post to social media is not going to do it. That's just not a strategy that's going to work for you. So I would say it feels to me like a visibility problem more than anything. So make sure that you're starting to go live every day, not once a week. That's not going to be enough to start building, credibility and people to see you. Like if you can start going live once a day, or at least every other day, or like on a more consistent basis. Okay.
Yeah, consistent visibility. I actually love more live, since it's
Yeah.
basically channeling.
Oh yeah,
And
for
I don't
sure.
need to plan it.
Yeah.
That's,
No.
set
And I
the
mean,
intention
if
and
you
channel what comes
can,
through.
I mean, even just like teaching like some like these four pillars, right? Like you can go on and you can easily speak and teach about something like that, or just channel or whatever it is. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sarita, was there anything that you had like specifically that you wanted me to connect into?
Hi, yes, I think
Hi.
this is so good to see you. I
You
feel like
too.
I'm in the place of not so clear. So even during the meditation, that first part of, the higher calling, I can't say it was completely clear. Um, and just trying to, as the lady before spoke about, on this journey of self-discovery and rebirthing, there's so many ideas coming in. It's like which direction to go. Is it movement? Is it sound healing? Is it, using my consulting corporate experience? It just feels really unclear.
I know, and I know how frustrating that is. In fact, me and Erin, my assistant, right before this call where we were just talking, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so like for the first time in like such a long time, it feels so good when you have all of your pieces come together. And sometimes that's what business is, right? Like, especially having a spiritual business. Sometimes it's like you have all of these pieces and it's just a matter of putting them all together. And that to me, like, that's coming up for you right now. It's like, how do we put all of these pieces together so that you have probably an offer that feels really, to me, so for me, it feels like number 2 for you. It feels like the offer. What offer feels really good that you can be making invitations for people to work with and how people can work with you.
Okay.
So what are you selling right now?
Nothing yet,
See?
but I
Yeah.
need to, I need to soon.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. How are you feeling called? Like, what are you, did anything come up for you in that guided visualization when it was, with the spiritual board of advisors, that first thing, the higher calling? Was there
Something,
anything that showed up?
I would say it was loosely healing, but which like it could be so many areas.
Okay. So tell me some of the different modalities that you know or are called to or can do. What are
Oh.
some of the ways that you feel called? Like, let's get into that a little bit.
So modalities are breath work, Reiki, movement and stretch, sound healing.
And
That's
can
in the
you
healing
do
phase.
these virtual, in person, both?
Both. I could do both.
And have you charged for these services before?
No. So it would be brand
So,
new.
so it would be brand new. What have you charged for before?
I have not. Since leaving corporate, I've charged for like my corporate work, consulting, organizations, executive support, administration.
So you've never charged for like your spiritual services, never
Mm.
charged for anything along those lines. So that's what's feeling kind of intimidating. That's what's feeling kind of scary.
Never showed up that way before.
How would you feel about holding a live and free group Zoom session like this that was like a hybrid of guided breath work and like sound healing or guided breath work, guided visualization?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do any coaching or do you do any like life coaching, any intuitive coaching, anything like that?
I do a lot of wellness coaching, but just for like family members. But I am certified health and holistic coach. So yeah.
So, what if you held sacred space in a call like this where you did some guided breath work, guided visualization, maybe do you do NLP or inner child work, anything along those lines? That then at
No,
the
not
end,
deeply.
that but then at the end it like led to them booking a call where then you could maybe invite them into, if it felt good or right,
A coach.
into like a 3-month holistic and intuitive coaching package with you.
Hmm. That sounds doable. Yeah.
What if you just tried that?
Yeah.
As like your first entry point?
Mm-hmm. I could try that with a group.
And then it's, you're facilitating.
Mm-hmm.
It's a group space. It's easy. There's no pressure because it's complimentary. It gets you in the space of actually, seeing what it's like,
Trying it. Mm-hmm.
trying it. How about that?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And what I would do is I would just set it up as like a Facebook event because that's free. You can set it up as a free Facebook event. And then you just keep inviting people to it over and over
Mm-hmm.
again.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you much. Okay.
You're so welcome. Awesome. Oh my gosh, it's 2:30. Okay, well, thank you, ladies. I did not realize it was like an hour and 40 minutes. I appreciate you all spending this much time with me. Is there anybody else who has a question or has anything you want me to tap into? Thank you for spending so much time with me. You're so welcome. There will be a replay of this that'll be going out. I will also include a link for you if if this call called to you, if you feel like you want to go, you want to learn what next steps are with me, definitely make sure you book a call. Always here for you. I think most everybody here is everything. I don't think I put anything out on any other social media channels for promoting this at all. So I think everybody is already on my list. So
May I ask a question?
sure.
So going forward, you told me to go live on TikTok. So do I do different pricing for the different readings that I'm able to do, or how should I promote myself, you know, on my page to draw people in? Like, do you see
I
me
wouldn't change.
working?
I wouldn't change. Yeah, I wouldn't change your rate. I wouldn't change your rates at all. I would just go live on. I would go live on TikTok so that, well, you actually might not be able to go live if you have to have so many followers on TikTok before you can go live. So you'll want to double check that first, that you can go live. So that would be the first goal, is to get to enough followers on TikTok so you can go live.
So do you see anything coming out of this? Because what I'd like to do, I would personally like to work for myself and take breath working to get certified for that, and take Reiki to get certified for that, to branch off of what I do, to kind of put it in with what I do, right? Does that make sense?
I think you should focus more on the psychic mediumship
Okay.
first.
Okay.
To me, that's what feels like the stronger gift.
Okay.
To me, that's what feels like is more needed.
Okay.
I don't,
Let's see. I've helped find 6 missing people within Canada on my own. So I feel like
yeah.
I'm always being drawn to, like, okay, well, the reason why you have this gift is to tap into finding missing people. And
I
it's
mean, there's
all I can
definitely
think
niches
of
for,
that.
I mean, that's definitely a niche for sure.
Mm,
Yeah, absolutely.
mm. Yeah, I was just seeing if you were to
Okay.
pick anything up, or if you had any messages that could kind of
Yeah,
direct me
like I
to, like,
said, I would
yes.
definitely, I would definitely focus more on the psychic mediumship spot versus going down like getting certified in Reiki or breathwork.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's good, 'cause I
okay,
don't want to waste time, where I don't need to, right?
agree. Or money or
Yes.
energy, any of it for sure.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, so watch your email. I will send out the replay if you want to watch it from the beginning. Take yourself through the guided visualization again. It was so good to see so many of you again. And for the first timers, welcome and thank you for being here. And now go be in your gift. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.